All right, perfect, perfect. All right, then let's get started. Let me get the record up and running so you guys can listen to it later on the day. And we're gonna have we have a great show for you. So anyway, my name is Fausto Pugliese, president founder of Cyber Trading University, and today we're going to show you how to not only day trade, but we're going to show you how to swing trade. We're going to show you how to invest. We're going to show you Wall Street's biggest secrets, and we're going to talk about how to set stops and how to take profits. Because one of the biggest failure rates of today is people just don't like to take losses. They don't know when to take a loss. And they don't know when's a good time to jump in other than sit there like a deer in the headlights, because we're having some really, really good rallies on some stocks out there, something very cheap. I know all of you are going to be familiar with these companies. You probably heard about them in the news. Maybe it's something that's been, going on with at the White House, that they're changing policies. You're going to see things are going to really have some opportunities out there. So let's get right into it. And just before we get started, just a quick little risk disclaimer. I'm not making any promises or guarantees. This works for everyone. That basically there is a high risk in trading. So please don't go out there and risk what you can't afford to lose. So these are the great things we're going to be talking about. I'm going to show you how to follow the big money. I'm going to show you the important tools that most people need to follow order flow. We're going to talk about the best times and worst times to trade. Maybe some of you might even heard of my great mouse pad over here. It tells you, all the good times and bad times. We're also going to talk about how to develop a good trading plan using the right tools out there to trade today's markets. Just more of the risk management, the principles that a lot of us are making those mistakes. Now, I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. Okay. Now, if you want to have fun and you want to learn, you got to interact. Okay. I see all your names out here: Christopher, Cliff, David, and Andrea. I see all you out here. So please don't be shy. I'm not going to embarrass anybody or insult. You'd rather get it wrong here than with real money. So let's just go to the live markets and what's going on and see what's happening. So there is a lot moving on in the market, and there's some stocks out there. I'm going to bring over my execution system right here, and we're going to show you some really, really, really nice runs. But before I do that, I want to share something with you. Okay, so this is our traders. All right, and this is basically a trading room that I'm going to invite all of you to come in here. Now, we did a poll, right? And as of right now, you could see people that are trading in our room, and I'm going to introduce you to all those people in there now. But as of right now, 53% of my traders are up. 11% of the traders are down on the day. 21% are flat, which technically is a profit, and 16% didn't trade. Okay. Now, here's the actual trading room. And you could see here are all our traders here. And I'm going to invite all of you guys in here. Right now, we have just under 200 people. Market is, middle of the day. So people are obviously just trade the morning and the afternoon. And these are all our instructors and traders. And over here, my point's not working. There we go. This is my dot. Right here, we have our alerts and our message board. And right now, they're looking at the stock NVIDIA. So basically, you're in a trading floor that I made into a trading room. I started this room 35 years ago. We've trained people that started their own schools, started their own rooms, but all started from here. So if you ever wanted to experience the original trading room, and you hear a lot of them popping up everywhere, this is the original one. And how I know it, because I'm one of the original day traders in the industry. Now, just show you some of the stocks that we've been trading. USAR. Here, stock has been an unbelievable swing trade, not just as a day trade, but a stock's at 12. It's at 16. You could see some major, major supports. We're going to show you why it's going up. That's just one of several. Maybe you're interested in heard a little bit about the nuclear stocks. SMR was at 57, went all the way down to 17. It's been at major support levels. There are huge buyers since 18. It's already at 22. It just started making a big move. How did it start? As a day trade to a swing trade. That's been great. What else over here? QCLS. There's another cheap stock that we had. Started yesterday, just under above $3. Stock ran to $8 today. A huge winner. Huge pop over the course of the day on an intraday. When the market opened up at 9:30, it ran from 540 all the way up to 780. I mean, you do the math, fellow traders. You buy 1,000 shares. If you just made $1, not two, not three, $1, it's $1,000. Do that every day, $250,000 salary. Okay. Now, if I go back to, our trading room, you could see all these stocks that were in the watch list, especially QBTS right there. But you could see right here, fellow traders, let me just go up. These are all the stocks that we've been trading. And even early this morning, like this one, QCLS, that's that big runner. Here are these big buyers out there on the bid. I'm going to show you what those big buyers are and what drives them up. All right. So we're going to talk about all these good stuff. Now, did anybody do any trading today? Anyone buy anything, sell anything? Anybody do anything out there? Anybody traded today? What'd you guys trade today? All right, I'm getting Meta you traded, Andreas. Okay. What else? Anybody else? I hope you went short, not long. That was a good. You trade Despise. Okay. Now, Andrea and Wilmar, I mean, do you know who bought those stocks? Do you know if they were going to continue to go up? All right. Bessie, I see you're in here. Barry, did you buy anything? Path, you traded. Lynn and Randy. Okay. William traded BA. Oh, that was a good one too, William. The BBAI was one of the stocks that were on our watch list that we were trading. That one did great. Let me just bring that up. BBAI was a great runner. Look at this stock, $6 to $6.70, up about 11% today. Great runner up. Tesla, not a good winner today. It's expensive. You could trade something a lot less expensive, less risk, more reward. CID, I don't know why you trade this stock, but it has absolutely no volatility in it. It's not really moving. ES from Barry, I don't know if you were short on the stock, but it's expensive, not really moving. You understand? Let me ask everyone a question. Why are you here today? What is the reason that you're here to what you were looking to get out? Why would you short Meta? Did you see what happened at the open? It went from 687 when the market opened to drop all the way down to 662. That's why. To become a better trader, yes, to learn how to swing trade from Bessie, learn more about your trading process, to profit. Okay, listen, I'll tell you why you're all here. To make money. Okay. And most importantly, to learn how to control your losses. That is going to be the main goal for today. All right. So let me go and tell you, everyone here, that I'm going to give you 1 week access to my trading floor. Okay. Plus a couple of courses and everything else. But I don't want to, I want to not waste anyone's time. So in the next 30 minutes, I'll go into detail and showing you why 80 to 90% of traders lose money in the market. Okay. Why, and why you don't want to be part of that. And you're going to see why we've been around for over 35 years. Now, let me just tell you a little about myself. Okay. And why are you here? What makes Fausto and Cyber Trading University and all his instructor different than anyone else? Well, just to let you know, I've been doing this for over 35 years. We've trained over hundreds of thousands of traders around the world. The goal is that if we could teach the public how to trade properly, it wouldn't have an 80, 90% failure rate. But unfortunately, there are millions of people and we only get 100 people in a room. So, we're doing the best that we can. I hate seeing people lose money because I was a failure. Like every single person that was a successful trader had to learn how to lose first before they can make money, how to win. Okay. So over the years, I've been featured on so many different programs. I do a lot of presentations for NASDAQ, And the big thing that I'm going to show you is how to trade, have a seat on the exchange. That is going to be the ultimate goal, how to be successful. Now, I'm also the author of How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. Now, if anybody here would like a copy of my book, just send me an email to Fausto. We spelled it wrong. Sorry about that. Fausto at CTU trading.com. So can everyone just go out there and just take a moment, a second here, and open up your inbox and just send me an email right now, because I want to give you guys this for free now before we forget. And just write book and just give me your name so I know who you are, because some people in here, you don't even have a real name. So Fausto, Pugliese. All right, let's get that sent over. There we go. Sent. All right. So what I'm going to do right there is I sell my book for $50 on Amazon, but for you coming here and taking the 30 minutes of your time, I'm willing to give it to you for free. It's a great fast read. It's a #1 bestseller. It's going to say exactly what the title says it is: How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. Now, you might ask, what is a market maker? You might ask. They are traders who work for a trading firm. So if you want to know how market traders make money for their brokerage firm, and why they give you free ticket charges and how they basically manipulate and control the market, you're going to learn it right in this book right here. All right. So it's a fast read. It shouldn't take you no more than an hour or two to read it. I did that on purpose because I know the attention span. So people don't want to sit there and read a big novel. It looks pretty, but you might just like reading this one. All right. So you got that. Now, let me tell you what the goal is. So my goal today is I'm looking for traders I could teach, okay? Because I'm looking for traders to add to my trading room, because eventually my traders become very good and they graduate and they move on and they leave the nest. So I'm always looking to recruit traders, because you know what? If you know what you're doing and you like what you're doing, we're all going to make money together, okay? But you need to know if trading's for you or not. And let me tell you, unfortunately, trading is not for everyone. So better yet, you learn exactly what we're doing now before you get there, and hopefully be like these wonderful people out there that are students of CTU. Now, some of you don't watch me, I'm live every morning at 9 a.m. We're doing live audio broadcasts on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. I started, tell you a little bit about my history. I mean, trading as a part-time trader, I got a lot of free time on my hands. I even started a home living channel, how to raise backyard chickens. If you want to learn how to make good tomato sauce, I'm first generation Italian. One of my hobbies, I love doing it. And the reason for is that you got to have hobbies, right? When you get to our age, you got hobbies. So definitely subscribe to those channels. You're going to love them. They're great. But the thing is this: how did I get to that point? The way I got into that point is you got to know how to play the game of trading. And, when you see stocks like Intel in the past 10 days go from 33 to 43 and wondering how I missed that because I'm stuck in, a stock like the SPYs, there are a lot of things that are out there that will give you less risk with more reward. Remember what I just asked you earlier. Why are you here? You're here to make money. That's the reason. You're not here to look at, what Fausto does and, this and that. You're here because maybe you're not as successful as you like to be. Maybe you're not being able to find the stocks that you want to find, or you just want to stop losing. But there are so many stocks out there you could trade that will give you less risk, but more reward. So the part about it is you got to have a game plan. And the game plan is you got to be trained by good traders, and you got to surround yourself with good traders. So, and the thing is, you got to know how to determine the risk to reward first and where those targets are. And the big thing is following the money. What is your email to get the free book, Andreas? Yes. Just send it to Fausto at CTU trading.com. There you go. All right. Here's my email address. So, everyone, how do stocks go up and go down in the market? Thanks a lot, Lynn and Randy. Appreciate it. You're going to get to meet Linda Rainey, one of our students. Are in the room all day, and they're always here supporting CTU. And we always thank you for contributing and telling people that we're not full of BS. The question I have for everyone here is, how does stocks go up and go down? Michael, you're right. Wilmer, you're right. Okay. Anybody else? Are you only two people talking? Alexandra, what about you? Bonnie, what about you? Jay, Lewis, Misty, Rudy, Mr. Travel, whoever you are. Buyers and sellers. Everyone write the two words, B and S. Well, thank you very much, George. George says, wow, that's a great statement. I'm paying a community, not making money. It's the whole reason why I joined. Well, thank you very much, George. Buyers and sellers. Okay, so it's not, so you're basically saying it's not a Fibonacci, it's not a MACD, it's not President Trump or President Biden. It's buyers and sellers, right? Okay, well, congratulations. You're about to learn something that's going to be so disturbing that you're going to be like, why did that person teach me that? Because you know what? They were not a market maker. Now, I was a market maker. I live here in New York. I was trained by some of the best traders on Wall Street. I was a trader on the floor, and I'm going to show you exactly how they do it, because the technology I'm showing you right now has been around for 50 years, okay? It's like AI. People are like, oh, AI. Do you know AI has been around for 50 years, okay? Just now it's starting to take off. The technology I'm going to show you is that how to follow the big money. Now, I'm going to talk about something really quick right now, which is called NASDAQ Book Viewer. I like to call it level 3. These are all this image you see here. These are all the presentations I've done for NASDAQ regarding about NASDAQ Book Viewer. But my question to everyone here is this. I'm going to do a poll. Does anyone here have NASDAQ Book Viewer, all called level 3? Let's do a quick poll here. Okay. Let's get that up and running. Give me a second. There we go. So it's a yes, no, or I'm not sure. Let's see. And if you're a student, please don't answer this question. All right. So as I'm waiting for everyone to answer this question, you don't have to put it, don't put it in the chat. Don't put it in the chat. There's a poll right there. Scott, Wilmer, just put it in the poll. All right. And if you said not sure, that means I would take that as a no. You know you have it or not. All right, so it looks like most of you answered the question. Let me end the poll. Let me share it with you, okay? So you can see right here that over 80% of you don't know and don't have it. Remember what I told you. Trading is an 80% failure rate. Well, hopefully we're going to make half of you right there not be, half the failure rate of the industry. So let me change the slide here and show you what we got. Now, please pay attention carefully, because I'm going to teach you now exactly how to follow what we call the right of the chart, where all the big institutions, the algorithms, the high frequency trades, the brokerage firms, everyone. So NASDAQ is an exchange. Stocks trade on the exchange. When you go to the exchange, you're seeing who's buying it, who's selling it. Envision this as an auction. Okay, you heard about these car auctions, but you always got to go to the car dealer. Don't you want to go where the dealer buys it instead of hitting you with the profit on it? I mean, everyone's got to make money, but if you can get around the middleman, wouldn't that be nice? Well, this is how it works. We're looking at Palantir, and you're seeing every buyer in the entire world that wants to buy Palantir and every person that wants to sell Palantir. Whoever wants to pay the most and who wants to sell it for the least. Who wants to sell it for the least and who wants to sell it for the most. So you're seeing one big chat room of every bid, every share, and every order out there in the entire world. Now, think about that for a second. You just all said the same thing. How do stocks go up? Buyers and sellers. When now you're seeing every buyer and seller and who's buying it and who's selling it out there. Now, the next question you probably need to ask is, how do we utilize this information? So let me show you how this kind of works. Right here, we're looking at Target. And Target started up here somewhere around the 90-ish number. And it came all the way down. And then right around here, it decided to stop. Not for a minute, but for almost several hours. It never wanted to break this low of $80.30. And then finally, once 9:30 came around, this is all pre-market, the market opened up, the stock goes from that 85.30 and shoots right back to 90. Now, why did it stop here? What made a stock stop going lower, everyone? What caused that? That's right. Bernard, everyone. There must have been someone wanting to buy it. That's the only reason why. It wasn't support levels in the past, because support levels don't equal buyers. You can't have support levels unless the buyers are there in the future. So looking over here on the buy side column, I know it's a little small here, but I have it blown up. But if you look at all the orders, you had 10 orders out there aggregated that made 263,000 shares at 85.30. Now, is that a lot? Well, when you look at all the numbers here, majority of them are 2- and 3-digit numbers, which means $10, $600, 1,900 shares. I'm sorry, not dollars. Those are shares. 1 share. So when you see 263,000 compared to every order at every single price is only not a 6-digit number, but a 3-digit number on the average, what do you think that's going to do? Once again, how do stocks go up? Buyers and sellers. So why did the stock go up? Because there was a huge iceberg buyer out there. That's the reason why. Now, what makes the resistance levels? Sellers. So here you're looking at Intel. Intel had a huge run up, started right around here, went all the way up and decided to stop at 43.60, and then finally came back to 42. Why would it stop at 43.60? Why not 44, 45? What the hell is 43.60? Where did that number even come from? Okay. Was it the Greeks? Was it the moon? I mean, what the hell? Why did that number? It wasn't because of resistance. It was because there was a lot of sellers out there. Now, if you look at the sell column, because being a good trader, we're not a leader. We're the followers. I didn't trade, looking to trade 131,000 shares. 13 orders are out there that equivalent that. There's a lot of shares out there looking to be sold. I mean, everything there is like 3 digits on the average. You got a 6-digit number out there. That's literally almost 100 times more the average at any single price. Okay. So why would the stock go down? Sellers. Think about this, fellow traders. This is not a software. This is not the Fausto indicator. Okay. The Fausto Nachi. Okay. This is not, something that's looking at the PE ratios and dissecting, these orders. This is just plain black and white, buyers and sellers. This is how we trade on the floor. If I know Bill from Goldman Sachs trades Intel and he's the biggest trader on that stock, I'm going to see where Bill goes. I'm not going to look at some guy on CNBC because he's an analyst because he got paid off from Intel to talk good about it. I want to know who owns the most shares. I want to know where the big boys are. I want to know where the big kahuna is. And the big kahuna, which I don't know who is the big kahuna, but I can see where his order is. Why not follow him? Now, let me ask everybody, very simple question. Before I continue going any further, did I lose anybody yet? Did I lose anybody? Everybody following along? Good. Don't worry about it. We still got more examples. All right, let's go over a few more. Netflix. Sell off, stock goes down, did a big reverse stock split. Okay. Now, what does that mean? We'll cover that in class. Okay. Why this and that. And you'll have so many people have certain theories about it. But the bottom line is this. If you were a fan of Netflix, okay, or let me use the opposite because I think this is the most popular one. You bought Netflix and you're losing money. Okay. It's going down. Where's it going? To zero? Where's it going to go? I mean, it could happen. I mean, I've seen stocks go to zero, stock companies like Netflix, but it's probably not going to get there before it gets to something that's going to prevent it going lower. And it could be somebody doing a short covering or whatever. But what do we need for the stock to go lower? Stop going lower, everyone. What do we need? Simple question. Bernard, you're right. Everybody else? Andrea, you're right. Listen, people that are in the room, please don't get offended. But if you can't answer this question, you should log out and start doing a webinar with a stockbroker. Give the money to them, okay? Do yourself a favor, because you just said, and I just proved to you, 80 to 90% of people lose money doing it. Why do you want to be one of them? Good. Now every single person just basically answered the question, right? You need a buyer. Now, do you see buyers on a chart? Do you see buyers on a chart? So why does everybody have 5,000-6,000 charts and 1,000 indicators? Well, what the hell? The chart is worthless. It's worthless without seeing the buyer out there to make it, to show you that to support. So the only way to find that support is to find the buyer. So I'm going to go through the buy column. I'm going to go to the exchange, and I'm going to work my way down. And then what I'm looking for is only the 1% of the data that's out there. And that 1% is the number that has the biggest amount of shares looking to be bought. And unfortunately, the next biggest buyer is at $102. Okay. That's the only thing that's going to prevent the stock from going lower, because listen, that's where the biggest buyer is. And what makes stocks go up? Like you all said, buyers. All right. Well, guess what? It went down, stopped, did a double bottom to confirm that it was a buyer, and it shot right back up to 104. Okay. So you could sit there patiently, and all of a sudden, knew you come into that order and it went up. Now I'm going to ask everybody a question. How many times have you gone out there and as soon as you bought a stock, the thing goes down? Or you own a stock like this, and as soon as you buy, as soon as you sell it, it goes up. And you think somebody's watching you all the time, Wilmer's saying, too often? Okay. Listen, nobody's watching you. The problem is you're not watching them. I mean, like, think about it. If you knew that you coming up to a big buyer at 102, would you sell the stock? You think your 100 shares is going to make this stock go up or go down? I mean, if you think so, good luck. Okay. All right. But let me know how that works out for you. I'm going to follow this guy. I'm going to follow the 1,043 orders around the entire world that make up 112,000 shares at 102. That's what I'm going to do. Now, how do we find resistance levels, everybody? The way you find a resistance is sellers. Okay. So Microsoft had a bad AI report yesterday. Okay. If you haven't heard. Now, the question is it going to, how much lower could it go? I mean, it was really bad. And then question is, how bad is it? Could it bring the stock down to 300? Could it bring it down to 200? Or could this just be fake news? Or could this be an opportunity? The only thing that's going to prevent the stock from going lower, okay, is one thing: buyers. So if you look over here, you could see that the seller was hovering right at 483. Okay, there he goes, just basically selling it. And you could see here that when it tried to make a comeback, it never wanted to go higher. So you had that slingshot, what we like to call, went from 490 when that new report came up, and all of a sudden the stock goes up, like, oh, maybe it's a good buy here. Maybe I'll buy. Oh, the thing's rallying. Let me buy it at 488, 484. Maybe this is fake news. And then all of a sudden it hits it, it goes down. It hits it, it goes down. It hits it, it finally goes down. And like, why is it hitting it 3 times, 4 times, 1 time? Never once going to get past 484, because there's a guy sitting out there. I'm sorry, not a guy. There are 26 guys out there, or girls, or people trying to get out of that stock of Microsoft at 483. That equal 91,000 shares. Okay. Now, if I knew that there was that many shares looking to be sold, and knowing that it's about 100 times more the average of the average order that's out there, I think I would probably go short, not go long. And sure enough, what could end up happening? It went right down. Now, I'm going to ask this question again. Did I lose anybody yet? Did I lose anyone? All right, good, perfect. You see, now, does that seem hard? Does that seem complicated? I mean, I know a lot of you here, you subscribe to newsletters, you listen to influencers on YouTube and TikTok, and some guys and girls are great on a computer. It sounds like they know what they're talking about, very intellectual, they always write, they love to show you their reports, why I'm the best, I'm 70% right all the time. Okay, great. But how does that make you money? Okay, listen, I'm not here to put the brag and tell you, hey, look what I bought, that doesn't make you money. Okay. And how do you know that's even real? Right? You ever question that? So I don't do that. I do the opposite. Okay. I don't like egos. I don't like people bragging. I don't like to show off my nice, expensive cars. Okay. And my nice house. That doesn't make you money. You're here because you want to learn how to manage your money and you want to know how to do it right. And being a market maker on Wall Street, okay, the way you do it is you just follow the money. It's as simple as that. Now, let's see what happens when a stock breaks a resistance levels, okay? So Tesla, all right? You have Tesla took a really big hit not too less than 2 weeks ago, and it's making a big comeback. Now, you see Tesla's got a big resistance levels, a big sell order out here at 271. Now, with a big seller out there, what is the stock going to do? Is it going to go up or go down, everyone? That's my question. With a big seller, what's going to happen? It's going to go down. In theory, it's going to go down. Now, isn't it possible? You've seen stocks all the time. They break these resistance levels and like, how did that stock go higher? How'd that even happen? Okay. Well, what happens is this. Here you have Tesla approaching that resistance level of 435, 240,000 shares. Now, in theory, I taught you that big seller, big resistance, stock's going to go down, right? But what happened here, it didn't go down. It shot up to 470. And it did it like that. Look at that. It shot it by 10 o'clock. It ran from 435, went to 470 like that. Wait a minute, Fausto, you told me there's a big seller. It's supposed to go down. But you know what? There's an ask for every seat. And someone said, oh, you got 250,000 shares. I'll buy it. Definitely take it. And all of a sudden, maybe it's a short squeeze. Maybe a guy was covering. All of a sudden, the guy's like, oh my God, somebody just bought all those shares for me. What am I going to do? I got to buy it back. I was trying to short. Maybe he did a short squeeze, whatever it could be. But that's called a breakout. Okay. You heard of breakouts before. You've seen it happen time and time again. Stocks break support levels and they also break resistance levels. It's all about following the iceberg order. That's where it comes down to it. So here at Cybertrade University, we're not looking to change your style. Okay. If you're a futures trader, an options trader, a swing trader, a day trader, okay, you could apply this to everything that you're doing. I'm not looking to change your style and say, hey, you know what? I got something that's working. I spent a lot of time. Great. Well, you know what? That's great. But could you at least find out if the guys are out there on Wall Street selling it with you before you go out to make that mistake? It's all about following the big block orders. Okay. Because if you hit an iceberg, you know what happened? Didn't work out too well for the Titanic. All right. Now, who here would like to get the NASDAQ book viewer? Okay. So what I want you to do is there's my email address. Okay. Fausto CTU Corp. So let's do this again. All right. I think I got everyone's attention. Send me an email, Fausto. Okay. And write NASDAQ book. Okay. Just do that and give me your name. So I can at least call you by your first name and last name. Okay. And just hit send. All right. There we go. Boom. Item sent. So while you're all doing that, What I'm going to do is I got 2 videos I'm going to send you. I'm going to show you where to find it on NASDAQ's website and how to set it up. Okay. Um, and listen, this is not Fausto's software. You're going directly to the exchange. Brokerage firms don't give it. Some of you give it to you, but don't worry about that right now. We'll cover that in the trading room. Just go right to the exchange because a lot of them are lying to you. Okay. A lot of them are lying to you. They don't, first of all, let's be honest. How do you think a brokerage firm makes money giving you free tickets? You ever wonder how they do that? Okay. So before you do that, fellow traders, that's what you got to do. All right. So send me an email. Let me just a couple. Ooh, there you go. A lot of people shout out. Michael Allen, I got yours. Lawrence, I got your email. Andreas, Edward, Saya, I got yours. John Boyd, got yours. Good, good, good. Everyone send it over to me. All right. Now, let me tell you, when you get this, it's going to blow your mind. Okay. And like I told you, you might get a little upset that you didn't know about this a long time ago, but it's okay. It's the stock market's not going out of business. All right. It's time to start following, then start trying to be, follow the big boys, then try to dictate that you know more than Wall Street. All right. A couple of questions coming over here. William, yes, I find Fausto's training impressive. I log longer term trading option spreads. All right. Well, thank you very much. Let's share that with everyone. That is from William. Once I learn what Fausto's teaching, you won't believe you're trading without knowledge. Thank you very much, Tim. As also a very nice compliment from you. Thank you very much for that. All right. Perfect. So how do we get to level 4? That's what we're going to talk about right now. Don't put your email of Evelyn in the room. Just send me an email that you want it, so I have it. Just email me right here. Is my email address. All right. And I'll get it for you. Let me tell you, it's just going to blow your socks off. Okay. Now, I really would like you to get this. I've got to tell you one other thing. Okay. Another thing I've got to mention. I apologize. When I started, I see everyone so interested getting it, right? Okay. Well, guess what? What if I told you to have this technology cost $1,000 a month? Because that's what I paid for it. I don't think I would get as many emails right now. You might, whoa, you'd be like, wait a minute, time out. Well, that's what I paid 30 years ago. Today, it costs $15. That's what the exchange fees that they cost. 50. When I heard that, I'm like, why would nobody want to pay $15 to get a ticket to pay the admission to go on the New York Stock Exchange floor? Why would you not want that? Okay. So that's what separates a successful trader, not successful trader. So if you're somebody here looking for free stuff, you're wasting your time. Okay. I don't know about here, but I don't think anybody here works for free. I mean, listen, I do a lot of charity work. I do charity work for the NFL. I teach NFL players. I've been to jails. I've taught people classes, finance in jails. At least I know I'm not getting paid for it. Okay. But I do it on the goodness of my heart. But for you, I'm doing this on a goodness of my heart. And I still tell them, hey, NASDAQ doesn't work for free. Okay. But they're not charging $1,000 a month anymore. So I think that's a damn steal. All right. So one of you were asking me about level 4. Yeah, there is something else. Okay. So by the way, I don't think I lost anyone yet. So that's awesome. So let's go talk about level 4. All right. So level 4 is this. Hold on one second. Let me just change something here. I got to show something. So here we're going to talk about level 4. And let me bring it up really quick. So this is really going to blow your mind. This is really, really, really cool. Hold on. Let me get this up. Got to bring it up. Minimize this and bring this up. Oh, there we go. So here we have level 4. Now, can anyone tell me about a stock? Any stock out there off the top of your head? Any stock? OKLO. All right. NVIDIA, Apple, Oracle, B. Okay. Tesla. All right. So I'm going to bring up, I got NVIDIA up here. Let's look up NVIDIA. All right. So before I go to NVIDIA, let me move this out of the way. All right. So let me bring up the execution system. And let me bring up NVIDIA, NVDA. Okay. So here's NVIDIA, the long-term chart. And you could see here on NVIDIA, stock is trading right around this price. Okay. So let me make this something a little bit easier to read. And you could see that there's been a lot of resistance levels right here, right? Resistance, 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 resistance. Okay, we're right at this resistance levels, right? Okay. So what makes a resistance levels, everyone? What makes a resistance levels? Very good. Sellers, right? Okay. I don't see sellers on a chart. So what I need to look for is sellers. So let me bring this up over here and show you what we got. This is called level 4. Hold on. Let me clear this out. There we go. So here you'll notice this is level 3. It's called current order book. And you could see that there are a lot of big orders here. Now, this is like a heat map now. So you could see right here at this time at 9:30 this morning, this is program trading. This is where the algorithms kicked in. And you could see at 185, there was there's about 400,000 share sellers out there. And you had a little bit, the darker the color, the more shares. So you can see here at 186, it's about 168,000 shares. Okay. So you could see how the stock went up, got pretty close to it, and now came back down. See that? So it got really, really, really close. Now, the reason why it backed off is that one reason. There's about 400,000 shares out there. Now, let's go back to the chart. And if you look over here, you could see it clear as day. That line that I showed you, those are all resistance levels. See that? Those are all resistance levels. So on the day trade, you had a little bit know where the resistance levels. Now, can we pass that 180, that 185, fellow traders? Is that possible? Yes or no? Of course, absolutely. And what's going to happen? Someone has to execute it. Because the stock, you could see it did go up higher. You know, stock was in these prices up here, 210, whatever. So let's have a little fun. Where do you think the next resistance levels would be on NVIDIA? If we can get past this 185, if that were to happen, where would be the next resistance? I'll zoom in a little bit closer here for you. Maybe this kind of helps you out a little bit more. Well, 185, 186, John, is, pretty much, within like splitting hairs. I'm talking more of a swing trade. If we were to break, where do you think the next major resistance levels would be? All right, one of you said 195. Okay, I'll take that one. Some of you saying 200. Okay. 210. Okay. Let's put that one. Anyone else? 190. Okay. All right. So let me just say this. You're all right. Those are major resistance levels. Okay. But there's only one problem. That's the past. Is that indicative of the future? To confirm those are resistance levels, what do we need? To officially make sure in the future that they're resistance levels. You got to see the orders. You got to see sellers, not level 4 or no. You got to see where the orders are. So I'm going to bring over level 4 and let's see what we see out there. So here's level 4. I'm going to zoom out. And what do you notice? Let me go back a little bit. So you guys said 210, right? Okay. So now on a swing trade, the big seller out there is at 200. You got about 1.8 million. You got about 700,000 at 210. You got a little bit here at 215. Another big one here at 220. You got $1.90 for about 390. So you're all right, but the more major ones was at the 200 and the 210. So if you guys trade options and you want to know some option calls or what are the big ones to look out for, you can use towards options. Maybe somebody doing some swing trades, you can do it on swing trades. So they're right there, clear as day. All right. Now let's do another one, I guess. Let's try another one. Oh, by the way, it's worked for Bitcoin too. And when you hear use Bitcoin, you could also see all the orders on Bitcoin. Look at all them listed over here on 185. Let me go back. See all the big orders out there? From 185 to 180, you got about 600-700 Bitcoins. No real sellers out there, so Bitcoin's not really doing too much. But yes, you can use this for Bitcoin. MSTR, I got that one up here. Let's look up MSTR. So MSTR got really beat up. Let me look at that one here. MSTR. And you can see MSTR has been having a tough time breaking this 190. All right. The stock got hammered. It was at 400, went all the way down to like 150. It's been having a good rally. It's been a stock that's on our watch list. I'm actually long it on a swing trade, like the other ones that you guys pointed out. But I can see it's having some issues right here at 190. Now, why is that? You can see right here, there was a big seller that was out there early this morning, and you can see it right there, how these orders were out there. And now all of a sudden, another big order just showed up right around here, 185. And you can see how the stock is starting to trend down. So you're seeing the heat map where they've been out there and where they are now. Okay. So yes, so basically you can see where sellers are willing to sell and Wilmer, and you get to see where the buyer's looking to buy. That's how it kind of works. So we're going to show you all these things, all these orders. You can see where all these big block orders are, where they're getting in, where they're getting out. See big block, just see where orders are everywhere. Are there going to be a breakout? Like Path got a breakout. That seller was a big seller at $18. He got filled. Now stock's going past 18. You're going to see all these great things. And I'm going to invite all of you guys to be involved to see it. All right. So like this one, the Tesla example, big seller out there, tested it, went straight down, So this is the big thing and what separates us. We're going to stop reading what's on these candlesticks and we're going to start following the order flow. Okay. So we're going to look at the right of the chart, not the left of the chart. That's the difference, what we teach you at CyberTrade University, and that's how Wall Street traders trade. Now, does anybody here want to see more before we go? Give me a yes or no. Anybody want to see more? All right. Well, guess what? I'm going to show you how I'm going to show you more. Number one, subscribe to my YouTube channels or Instagram or TikTok or X, whatever it is, specifically YouTube. So go to YouTube, look up CyberTrade University, and just subscribe to the channels. I made a lot of videos, okay? Over 4,000, but I love my shorts. So you get to see some really, really good shorts. You can look at the big ones, the longer ones, but I've done a lot of examples of showing you these iceberg orders on there, okay? Now, but better than that, like I said, you can follow us on all the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. Also, I forgot to remind, we got a 5-star rating on Google. So listen, if anyone here is looking to get training, I think that's the first place you got to look. Look at the Better Business Bureau and make sure you check their Google ratings. Okay. Now, where I am. Okay. So if anybody here wants to join the trading room, okay, which is right here, and you want to see how we find these stocks, like USAR, had a big run up, and, see all the traders and work with our traders. This is what you have to do. All I'm asking for is $9. That's it. A $9 trial to get 1 week access to our trading floor. Okay. Now think about it. It was $15 for the software to get into the exchange. This is even cheaper. And let me tell you something, fellow traders, what you're about to learn in 1 week is going to blow your mind. So think about it. We've just been talking for about 30, 40 minutes. Imagine what you'll learn in a whole week. Now, these are all the great things that you're going to get for it. Okay. Tim's saying it's the best $9 you ever spend. He's damn right it would be. And not to say I said it. Tim said it. Some people that are in the room said it themselves. You're going to get live audio commentary that we use. So we're going to be talking about stocks that are moving, but we're not going to tell you what to buy and sell. We're going to teach you how to buy and sell. Okay. That's how you become very successful. You're also going to be taught by our own students, because if you're willing to learn, you're going to help us all make money together. And not only that, but we'll give you alerts. We have an alert service. So if you're on the road and you want to get access to your phone, you'll be able to see it, and we'll tell you what's moving in the market. We'll also give you access to our weekly educational classes with some of the best gurus in the industry, including our own instructors, all for $9. Now, this is the crazy thing. People say, well, why is it so cheap? I don't get it. There's got to be a catch. I'll tell you what, there is no catch. The catch is that I'm looking to recruit traders that I could teach, that I can make money with, because eventually you're going to leave the coop and you're going to be able to, start doing on your own, which we're very excited about. So we're always looking to recruit traders. But I'm not looking for free people. Okay. And let me tell you something. If you think you're getting a deal with a brokerage firm that's giving you free tickets, did you ever question how they actually make money off you? Why would they give you a free ticket? What's the purpose of it? Okay. I used to pay, some of you remember, we used to pay $50, $100, $200 to do a trade with our broker. I get it from a brokerage firm doing for free. What happened? What changed? Well, you're going to learn a lot of these things in this $9 trial. So I'm looking for people that are serious, and that's it. Now, these are all the great things that you're going to get. You're going to get access to the trading floor, workshops, Traders Talk library. And if you want your money back at the end of the week, I'll give you $100. I'll give you your $9 back. I don't need your $9. Okay. I'm just looking for serious traders. No, Radam, you just take major credit cards. Okay. Now, regarding about some of the questions that come across here, I got one more bonus before I answer those questions. Okay. Is this: whoever registers right now, I will personally give you a coaching class. Okay. I'll talk to you on the phone. Only if you've been in the room for a couple of days. Okay. I don't want to be able to take phone calls, because you're going to have questions and there's nobody better to ask than me. And then we need to make a decision of what you're looking to do is a career change for you or not. There's a lot of you here looking to retire. There's a lot of you that right now you're hearing that AI is replacing jobs. So you probably say, shit, I better start looking for something to do. There's nothing that's going to pay you the amount of money that we make here than trading the market. It is one of the greatest jobs in the world. You are your own boss. You can come and go whenever you please. You can do this anywhere in the world. It pays a lot of money. But to do that, you got to learn how to play the game. And a lot of you just don't know how to play the game. Okay. You're learning from a true market maker. I'm one of Wall Street's original So's bandits, day traders that started. And I'm just telling you, nothing has changed other than that you don't got to be licensed like I did. You don't have to pay $1,000 for software fees like I did. And you don't got to live here in New York. Those are the big things. All right. When does the week begin, Andreas? Whenever honestly, you should start immediately. So if you want to start on Monday and maybe go through some of the reviews of the classes, you could do that. When you register, we're going to ask you 5 questions. We want to know a little bit about you, like nothing crazy, just, what kind of brokerage style trading you're doing, who trained you, stuff like that. You'll be able to make an appointment. Everyone here is going to talk to our staff. So we're going to do a great walkthrough. I know a lot of you have bought things and no one was there to walk you through. So you're going to have a great walkthrough. And once again, we're not selling you anything. We don't need to sell you. You're going to sell yourself, okay? We're not selling you anything. We just want you to have a very good experience of knowing if trading is for you or not. And then, you'll be in the room live and you'll have some fun. You have a lot of fun. All these traders out there. All right. After 1 week, how much do I pay monthly or annually? Ramon, let me ask you a question. If I taught you how to make $250,000, what does it matter to you what it costs after the week? Don't worry about next week, Ramon. Worry about right now. Okay? Worry about today. Don't worry about next week. If I told you it was $2,000 at $10,000, does it matter? Okay? That's not the point. The point is right now it's $9. It's a week. We're not going to charge you anything more after the end of the week. That's your choice. All right? We just wanted to show you why Cyber Trading University has been ranked the #1 school in the industry, why we've been endorsed by more brokerage firms than anyone in the industry, and why we have some of the most successful traders in the industry. And the only way you're going to see it is teaching people how to stop losing it. And the way you're going to learn it is seeing the people in the trading room. All right. A couple of shout outs really quick. So once again, I see some of you registering right now. So you could take your phone, you could scan the QR code right now. That's the fastest way. Or you could use that link that we just posted up in the room. Okay. Who you got registered here? Who we got? Sandy from Dayton, Nevada, just got your registration. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ashkosh, I hope I didn't wrangle that. From Texas, got your registration. Welcome aboard. Cindy, got your registration. Okay. Welcome aboard. Look forward to teaching you. Dan, thank you very much from New York. All right. Any other questions, fellow traders? Listen, it's $9. Okay. If you can't afford $9, just think about what I just taught you in this trading room. Okay. In less than 30 minutes, some of you knew that stocks go up due to supply and demand. You knew that that data was out there and no one ever taught you and you just convinced it. So listen, I'm not selling you a newsletter. I'm not telling you to, I got the next best software out there. I'm teaching you how to trade the market. Okay. And it's only going to cost you $9. Daniel from Sunny Island Beach, Florida, got your registration. Welcome aboard. All right. Who else we got here that, oops, my God, typed the wrong one. Who else we got here that registered? Daniel Rivers. Oh, that's you. I got you. I said that one already. Sorry about that. John Boyd. Okay. Got yours from Illinois, Mason, Illinois. All right. Michael, thanks again, Fausto. Great presentation as always. Wish you and your family and C2 family the very best during the holidays. So thank you very much, Michael Allen. Same thing to you. All right. And you know what? There's no better gift than spending $9 and maybe buying to someone you even know, right? Maybe give it to your spouse. Maybe they need it because they're trading your money right now and you're here trying to find out if something's for them. Maybe a friend of yours. You could buy it for someone else too, but don't make that mistake. There are almost 100 people in this room, okay? What's the worst thing that could happen? You learn something. You have someone that tells you the truth of something you probably didn't want to hear, but now you're going to hear the truth. Listen, would you go to a doctor that never went to med school? Well, what are you looking to do? Would you give your money to someone in finance and never learn finance? Well, if you want to learn finance, this is where you're going to learn it. You got to be able to follow the money. And it's only $9. That's it. And the $9 is just an application fee. That's all it is. Thank you very much, Lynn Randy. Appreciate it. All right, guys, I have to go. I want to get back to the floor. I want to answer a couple of more questions. Andreas, there you are. I was wondering when you were going to register. You were asking so many questions. He's from Port St. Lucie. All right, from Florida. Beautiful. I was just down there. I did 2 events. I was at the Money Show. I was in Orlando, and I just got back from Trade Station, did a presentation down in Miami at the Biltmore Hotel. I do a lot of presentations in Florida. So I'm actually planning. I might be going to Vegas in November, but I'm going to be back in Hollywood, Florida, too. So, okay, I see Chandler from Toronto. I was just in Toronto in September too. So I love the Toronto. Actually, if you're from Canada, 20% of our traders in the room are all Canadians. Okay. And so you're definitely going to do great. People love trading US market in Canada. You know, we got the good volatility, the good action, all that good stuff. I want him to become a professional trader. Oh, Wilmer saying, well, we'll try to do that. All right, Bernard, thank you. All the points you make are valid. Thank you very much, Bernard. I appreciate that. Hey, Fausto, Dr. Patel. Hey, Fausto, I love your energy. You haven't missed a beat after all these years. Oh, well, Don, Don, it's great to see you again. And I know, I think we bumped heads a couple of times at the Money Show. Listen, I love teaching people. I love changing people's lives. You'll see some of the testimonials on our social network. And, and some people are thankful and they quit because they realize that they just can't handle it, and they could lose a lot more than going out there and making a mistake, and losing it by ignorance, Wilmer says, I registered under my son's name, Daniel. Okay. Wilmer, you're the one that emailed me, right? I think you were the one that emailed me twice. I think it was about your son or whatever. You want to teach him how to trade. Yes. Okay. I remember you correctly. All right. Perfect. No problem, Sandy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Your kind words. Yep. All right. So there you are, guys. Got $9. I'm almost out of here. I got to leave. I want to go to the trading floor. We're killing it on this one stock. You can see it right here. USAR has been having a huge rally. And let me just bring up that stock and show it to you. It's been one of the stocks on our watch list. This stock right here, you could see here. Let me just show you. It's one of my swing trades. So this stock right here had a huge support level. You could see it. And the stock took a big hit from 57 down to 17. And if you read the name, this is basically, I'm sorry, not SMR. What am I doing? That's USAR. That's it. So USAR, United States Rare Earth. Okay. Listen to that word, rare earth. What's the big thing that's been problems have been going on in this country? President Trump's been fighting with China regarding about rare earth. We need rare earth. They actually hold a monopoly of it. The rare earth in the stock, you could see it right here, took a very big hit. Went all the way down to $12 from 47. We've been trading it for a while. You can look on our X. We love the stock. Why do we buy it? Not only because it was at a big support level, people are buying it. Bids are going on. It's been having a great day. But the issue we got to worry about is this. We got a resistance levels right around 18. And when we bring it up over here, USAR, look at the resistance levels right there, 18. So 17 is the big resistance, but 18 is the bigger one. And if we could just break through that, if we keep going back in history, looks like there's not really that much very sellers. And by the way, that was a support level right there. So that's where we had the big rally up there. So that's how we kind of found it. And remember, this is just one of several of them out there, and I know some of you guys are here and you're probably wondering, I own a stock. Oh, shoot, I didn't know there were buyers out there. Wait, what do I do? You know what I mean? Where do I jump in now? Whatever it is. And listen, we're going to teach you all that good stuff. All right. A couple more people just registered here. Who else I got here? Christopher from Colorado. Okay. Just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Thanks a lot. Andreas, thank you for the opportunity. My buddy and I met and spoke to you at the Money Show in Orlando in October. Absolutely. Andreas, were you in my workshop that I did in Orlando? Do people often manipulate breakthroughs through these levels? Well, Andre, you're going to see that in the trading. Okay, we're going to talk about that, and when you come into trade. I don't want to spoil it yet. All right, traders. Listen, make sure you make your appointment. Make sure before you talk to me, when you talk to education advisor, you're in there for at least a day or two. Okay, I want you to have some, see something that's happening. At least 2 days. So if you're going to start on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, maximum Friday, but those are usually when you want to start talking to me, and we'll have that conversation. We'll go from there, but hopefully make you part of the team. But before we do that, let's start with the $9. Guys, thanks for listening. And I'd like to thank the staff from CTU making this possible, and all our partners that help you to be here to make it possible. We want to thank them, because the greatest gift of all is teaching you all, is educating you how to trade this market, because you got to learn if you want to, if you want to earn. Good luck, everybody. Happy trading. I'll see you all in the trading room. All right.